Hi, I'm Steve. You can call me Steve. I'm a chemist. A lot of my work in chemistry involved dissolving things in water. These new solutions have new properties, and the more stuff I dissolve in them, the more intense these properties get. A fair chunk of chemistry is based on this fundamental truth, and it's straightforward and easy to understand. Homeopathy, on the other hand, says that the less of something you put in solution, the more intense the properties get. This is the complete opposite of everything science has demonstrated to be true, and let's be honest here, is complete nonsense. Homeopathy is, among other things, the belief that water has memory. Supposedly, it remembers everything that's been dissolved in it, even when it's been removed, and somehow this memory is much stronger than the original substance. Homeopaths will sell little flasks full of substances that have been diluted gazillions of times, to the point where nothing remains of the original substance. Somehow this doesn't just result in ordinary water. The fake explanation homeopaths give is that the thing dissolved in water imparts a structure to it, and that structure survives even if you dilute it to the point that the original thing is no longer present. To put this in perspective, we get a lot of our drinking water from rivers and lakes. Fish live in rivers and lakes. Fish pee in rivers and lakes. If homeopathy were true, which it isn't, every glass of water you drink would be like the septic system of half a continent. Fortunately, this doesn't happen. With modern analytical techniques, we can study the structure of water, and we found there isn't any. No structure, no memory, no fish pee, no homeopathy. Let me demonstrate exactly what diluting things in water looks like. I have here some concentrated iced tea, and I'm going to put about a milliliter into this moderately sized glass of water. As you can see, the color just about vanished. The more diluted it gets, the less intense the color gets. This is how chemistry works. If homeopathy worked, we would see this stuff getting darker as it was diluted. Color is not the only property of this stuff, there's also taste. If homeopathy were true, diluting this down to this should have made the taste much more intense. Tastes like water. It should taste like the mother of all tea leaves. It doesn't. Nope, still water. Homeopathy doesn't work. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is that between homeopathic dilutions, you're supposed to bang the vial against leather or wood. Apparently the magic doesn't work if you use plastic. This is not something real chemists do. We will invert the flask we're using several times to ensure good mixing. Just tapping it against something is a far less efficient mixing method. I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to accomplish. Another bogus claim is that like cures like. That is, if somebody is suffering from exposure to something, you can cure them with more of that thing. This is rubbish. It dates from a time when we didn't understand infectious diseases and assumed sickness was due to a lack of vital force or an illness of the spirit or various other non-scientific interpretations. This was also a time when sickness was treated with whatever random assortment of plants, minerals, or feces were lying around. The concept of like cures like goes back to the ancient Greeks, but it got a boost in the 1800s when Samuel Hahnemann dosed himself with a cure for malaria, which he did not have. And it ended up poisoning him and giving him the same symptoms as malaria. Add in some erroneous reasoning and leaps of bad logic, and you have the basis of a system of quackery that bedevils us to this day. Just to emphasize this, if someone is mostly dead from arsenic poisoning, giving them more arsenic will probably make them totally dead. And there's nothing left to do except go through their pockets for loose change. That's homeopathy. It's a complete pile of nonsense that is not supported by science in any way, shape, or form. The only way it cures anything is through the placebo effect, which is real, but not hugely reliable. The only thing homeopathic remedies are guaranteed to cure you of is having too much money. The people peddling this are in no way medical professionals. Some may earnestly believe in this nonsense, which makes them a danger to public health, because homeopathy isn't healthcare. Other people are charlatans and con artists. Either way, homeopathic garbage should not be sold in pharmacies next to real medicine. Thanks for watching. I've been Steve.